September 25th, 2000. I guess I spend most of my time at home by myself. I'm, I guess, a loner. It's hard for me to make time to spend with other people. Part of me is, you know, afraid to get close to people because I'm afraid that they're gonna leave in a way. I spend a lot of time painting. This is Rose and her other personality. This one's the Easter Bunny. It's more realistic style. This was in Rolling Stone. I did this with my essay about Columbine. Painting was something that if I got stuck or frustrated in creating something musically, or really just for fun, if for nothing else. This was an early caricature of Twiggy that I did. This characteristic misshapen face, sort of Don Knotts meets Gregory Hines. Hey. Nothing, Mom. Since my parents have kind of retired, I've been taking care of them, and I'm on TV right now. They were living in Ohio, but I brought them out to California. Yeah, here, see, I'll put you on speakerphone. Okay.
What can I say? I made the Antichrist. It was like, you know, everything you hear about him's true. All the bad things, right?
The thing that makes me happy the most is knowing that you've got people around you that care about you. Why don't I call you in the morning before I leave?
Okay. You want us to watch the dogs, right?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, okay. That's good.
All right. So I'll call you in the morning. Yeah. No. All right, I love you too. Bye. In my spare time, I'm usually going to see a movie or something like that. Or do you know how to get there? Other than that, I don't really like to go out that much when I've got so much at home. You ready? Yeah. We picked up Twiggy that night. I had to really force him to go somewhere that wasn't the whiskey bar, which is where he usually, I think he lives there at this point. It's probably not sanitary to come in. Right now, my life is being recorded. I don't want any of this to be the soundtrack to it. It's all bad. I'm a little nauseous, but I suppose that scene with the projectile vomiting is probably not going to help too much. We both always loved The Exorcist, so it was cool to get to go and see that and to sneak up into the balcony. We should have worn, like, hooded satanic robes. They wouldn't let you bring torches in here. There's something about when you're sitting up that you can't resist throwing shit at other people. So when she pukes, we should dump our cokes on people's heads. That'll be fantastic. When I was a kid, I think the thing I remembered most about The Exorcist was Linda Blair being possessed by the devil and how scary that was. It had a lot of parallels for me because the movie was challenging different ideas about faith and it was looking at religion in a darker way. I think everybody is afraid of being possessed. Growing up, I was afraid of being possessed by the devil.
All right, guys.
All right, good night.
Good night.
I'll see you. I get back on Saturday. I'll talk to you before then. All right, good night. As an adult, I'm afraid of being possessed by the world and being possessed by ignorance and not holding on to my beliefs and what I feel strongly about. September 26, 2000. I'm pretty positive when it comes to doing, you know, the less exciting elements of, you know, being in a band, having to go to Tokyo to do press and things like that.
Mr. Warner?
Yeah.
I just have to ask you both questions. Did you pack your bags yourself?
Yeah.
No one's given you anything to carry?
No.
Hey, you're all set.
You know, when I was 12 years old, I wouldn't have thought I would be flying to Tokyo because a bunch of people really wanted to talk to me. Cheeseburger plate. When I'm at an airport and someone recognizes me.
You look so good.
Oh, thanks.
So so good.
Lucky. I'm always going to be flattered by it.
Thank you.
It's all good. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Wow, I don't know.
I just think it's wild, you know, that you can go somewhere that's 16-hour time difference than us, and people know who you are, and they have your shirts, and they're playing your music. It's weird, you know. I think it's great. I know that I don't blank out when I'm sitting there waiting. 8th, 2000. I recognized a lot of the fans from Tokyo. They're very responsive. It's Marilyn Manson, hello. And very excited about all American music.
Marilyn Manson is good. You guys rock.
Thank you very much.
I'm assuming that it's part of Japanese culture. They have a real respect.
Thank you very much.
They'll run up to you, but they'll stand back a few feet, and they'll ask, you know, to take pictures.
Okay.
They're very respectful people. Well, I guess it's part of, you know, growing up there. Yeah, I like the little guy. For me? Thank you. They all make a big effort to be remembered by giving you gifts and things like that. Oh, look at this. This is really bizarre. It's good. She's good. It's almost like an extended family, even if you don't know their name. This girl was in our home video. You know their faces. As we've learned on this trip, I like to eat. Tastes good. No chance of eating those legs. You're supposed to eat this? So a cat threw up in here. That's to smell everything. He's got rock hair, and hair sells records. I always like to eat the Kobe beef steaks when I'm there. That's the best meat usually that you can get in the whole world. What do I have to do at this sales meeting?
So meanwhile, what has it work? We got a convention, there's like 1,000 people. They're gonna go through the convention, and then we're on last. And Manson comes after a video.
Anytime I go to Japan, I'm pretty positive about it because I look at it as just another opportunity, just another experience. If I didn't really want to do it, I wouldn't do it because I refuse to do anything that I don't want to do. Long day tomorrow, get some rest. That's the only thing that you can go to bed at night being happy about, is knowing that you do stuff that you believe in. September 29th, 2000. About Hollywood, it's the completion of the 3 records. In the first couple questions, any journalist is going to kind of show their colors, so I know how to treat them, whether I'm going to give them smart-ass, cynical remarks, or if I'm going to give them more legitimate statements.
Would you mind telling us, elaborating just a little bit about the theme of this new album?
It's meant to tie the 3 records together. This one is the beginning of the story. They seem to, in their questions, have a better grasp than some American journalists. It's very difficult for me when I'm being translated because I tend to respond in in-depth, long answers and have an opinion. And I always thought it was interesting. The theme from the TV show MASH would be a sequel to El Topo. It was something that I wanted to create.
If you could make your answer just a little bit shorter or in segment.
Sure. Usually I have to do about 40 interviews in a row. I know that I don't blank out when I'm sitting there waiting. I'm usually predicting what the next question is going to be, or I'm examining the idiosyncrasies of each person who's interviewing me. He sounded like he was getting a rectal exam.
He was like, looked like the Geraldo Rivera or something of,
It sounds like me when I'm Japanese. So what, I make my statement after I get questions asked? I have to come out and make a speech or something?
No, you don't have to make a statement.
I still don't really know exactly what the Universal thing was. I guess it was a meeting of salespeople and journalists for Japan.
Last night was good.
No, we got it.
Down.
Solid 20.
Do you want some? Sorry?
I could deal with the cheeseburger. Some white trash all the way. Macaroni and cheese. Doritos, Kool-Aid. I thought it was going to be more of like a board meeting with a bunch of tables and a lot of people, but it was like a concert or something. There's this weird lady who was sexually harassing me and asking me what I ate for breakfast.
What do you eat for breakfast? I mean, I'm just so curious. I'm so sorry, but you know.
Kids about this talk.
That's good.
Very strange. The fact that it was me kind of answering questions even when they were stupid, some of them, it was more suited towards what I'm capable of enjoying. Hey, nice to meet you. It's a little awkward meeting salespeople.
Nice to meet you. Very honored to see you.
It's more awkward when they compliment you.
Thank you very much for a great, mysterious presentation.
Sometimes I think that they're making fun of me.
You seem to be very outrageous.
So I always kind of have my guard up because I think that they're mocking me because it just doesn't seem right that they like me.
We are ready to sell your records.
She had some very strange questions.
Martin, you ever gonna let us leave or no?
You're
just gonna keep
a rubber
talking?
alligator. My image and my personality is very childish. We get an ice cream cone machine to bring on tour. It's also very cartoonish. I'll sprinkle some sugar on that little kid's head and eat it. I wouldn't consider myself necessarily a nice person or a mean one. I got people skills. I usually give back whatever people give to me. Strangely, they don't seem generally affected by me here. They just look and they look away. Even in the Midwest, people at least have a look of disgust. The devil obviously has a great sense of humor, so that's always my biggest inspiration. And if God exists, he obviously has a sense of humor. I wouldn't be here. 2000.
Get there in the morning. Split.
Let's go to the first place.
Let's go to that place we were talking about first, the outside the street by the train station.
I usually like to go shopping when I'm there. Kicked my ass. You know, I called that guy up on the phone and I told him to bring it on. He never called back. Anytime I go to Japan, I like to buy toys. What are you guys doing? Going to Kitty Land. They always have all these great new gadgets that you can't find anywhere else.
Hello? Hello?
I want a Furby for Christmas. How many dirty mouths were on that microphone that I just put on there? One more dirty mouth. They were just much more on the edge and much more out there than stuff you'd find at Toys R Us. Wow. Hi. How you doing? There's no way you can ever just take one picture or one autograph. Now it's what happens. That's kind of the trade-off that you have to make if you want to go out shopping in public looking the way I do. You gotta keep walking. Maybe we could take a lap. Because it gets very contagious. I was really surprised that people were nice about it. They weren't yelling obscenities or throwing bottles or anything like that. So
Sign, please.
okay. As long as they're not trying to wound me, I have no complaints. Who is this, the Offspring? We saw one strangely out of place girl with some beauty pageant banner. Where are you guys from?
Panama.
I know, but is there a beauty pageant?
Beauty contest, yeah.
Okay.
Miss International, no. October 4th.
This is crazy. Then it was like someone threw water on her because there was a million of them, like gremlins or something. They all wanted to take a picture.
Hello, I'm from...
I don't even know if they knew who I was or if maybe one knew who I was and they told each other.
Gracias. Thank you.
Representing all the countries. It's kind of embarrassing. I didn't know what to do. I felt like the Easter Bunny or something. City.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
For the release of the album?
Yeah.
Okay. How long for?
What's that?
How long for?
I'm leaving tomorrow. October 1st, 2000. There's a genuine sincerity to their enthusiasm. I think that they appreciate the fact that I take rock and roll as far as I can. They're crazy today. They're gonna all be at the airport too. Okay, don't even think for a minute they won't be. Where's my welcome wagon and farewell people? Maybe they'll be downstairs. It was real important to me to go to Japan. Meeting a lot of the people that listen to my music was one of my biggest inspirations. October 2nd, 2000. So this is Post-Human Records and Entertainment. This is some stuff to be approved. The album cover. And when you unfold the booklet, it unfolds in this manner. I've always had the same level of excitement about making music, but now it seems so much more important because all of the blame that was put on me for Columbine.
Damn, y'all right. Marilyn Manson. This shotgun sounded like a cannon.
The entire incident, the way the media reacted, the people who were involved, the way I was treated.
What has Satan done for you? What has Marilyn Manson done for you?
It hurt me personally because my career is my life. It made me feel a lot like how I felt growing up because it was a lot of people beating you down and treating you a certain way for something that you're not even responsible for. I just really had to reevaluate what I was going to do. How am I going to respond to this? How am I going to take this? And I wanted to come out swinging with both fists. I wasn't going to avoid the subject. I was going to take it head on. When I got with the band to write the record, it was the most important thing I think that I've ever done. It's a great feeling to write a song, but to be able to perform it, it takes on a whole different life. You create something that the only word I can think of to describe it is magic. I hope that this is America's worst nightmare. You know, I hope that we can disrupt the regimented lifestyle that people love to set up for themselves. That's what rock and roll was intended to be, and that's what I am, and that's what I'm always going to be. And the day that I'm not is the day I quit.
Grazie mille ragazzi per aver visualizzato il video, se vi è piaciuto mi raccomando mettete un like e che dire, ci becchiamo al concerto di Marilyn Manson il 22 novembre a Torino. Nulla, ciao a tutti!